Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, shoot. Let me jump off camera for a hot second. How you doing this morning? I wanted to show something. Let's see. How everybody doing this morning? Just talk to y'all for a little minute. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay, there you go. I had to think about where I found it at. So how's everybody New Year been going? I got sidetracked. People texting me, and I didn't get a chance to pull this up like I wanted to. Give me a hot second. There you go. Yeah. I hope everybody doing okay. So let me jump back to StreamYard. There I go. So everybody doing all right. I'm back to work tomorrow. Doctor's appointment tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Brown, for sharing my video. Turn this ring off. We had a one of the young barbers. I don't know how how she transitioned, but she passed away. I want to say she was like in her 30s. So I never met her in person, but I knew her from Instagram. To get us a little motivation right quick before I talk about what I want to talk about. Don't forget tomorrow night to join us. We'll be here for Around the World with Us, Season 2, Episode 1. And I'll post it today. And don't be sure to check out mopressure.com. I added some a new hat and a new shirt. And some of the stuff that was out of stock is back in stock. So this is a motivational quote. It say, "Improve your life now. Number 1, face your fears. Number 2, eat better. Number 3, admit your mistakes. Number 4, refine your goals. Number 5, believe in yourself. Number 6, ask for wisdom. Number 7, conserve your time. Number 8, invest your profits." So I thought that was pretty interesting. So it say, in your failure, your thinking play more role than your effort. So before failure change, your thinking, your effort gets right direction on its own. In your failure, your thinking play more role than your effort. So before failure change, your thinking, your efforts gets right direction on its own. Good morning, lovely love. How you doing this morning? Good morning, Dims Design. Good morning, Armin Brown. So don't forget the challenge. The 10,000, I'm saying it wrong. It's the 100-day challenge. So I already hit some of my big envelopes. I already did the 200, I think the 196. So don't forget, if y'all need instructions on how to do the 100-day challenge, go to Armin Brown's channel. It's on her community wall. So get the saving. So let's get 100-day savings challenge. Let me put that up there. I knew I was gonna say it wrong. I said the 10K. So I was trying to tell my daughter about it yesterday, and she wasn't buying it. She was like, "That's good for somebody that have." Yeah, I wanted to get those out the way. So I got. Let me tell you what I pulled. Cause remember I told you I was gonna repull 200, 196, 190, 120. I already did like 5 or 6. 116, because I know I'll forget. And 80, the lowest is 82. Because I actually had started just in order, but I said let me go ahead and so I have done 5. No, I've done 6. So I'm good. So in case I forget. So I just got them on top. And like I said, I didn't seal mine because I want to reuse the envelopes. I don't want to waste. So what I did, I shuffled them. Right. It's good for people who aren't going to make excuses. Just do it because it's all yours, and it's just teaching you really like how you explained it to not spend, to not spend. So that way, to try to kind of save, and then in April the 11th, you're gonna have all this money that you save. So it's your money, but everybody will make an excuse for everything that they don't want to do. But like I told her even that you said some people are doing it half that she could have did half, but people make excuses. Good morning, Ben. How you doing? Happy New Year. And happy New Year to you, lovely love, as well. How you doing together of you? Happy New Year to you as well. So what I wanted to talk about this morning was and so we wouldn't have to talk about it tomorrow, was Antonio Brown. So I don't know, she said I can't hold up a dollar. I have bills up the yang yang yin yang. I will start next week, $5 a day. $5 a day ain't bad, as long as you saving something. And like my daughter, she kind of made sense a little bit. She was like, well, you and your friend, y'all work for y'allself and y'all probably touch cash every day. So it's kind of different. But I mean, we making this. I mean, my thing is something. If you can't do the $200 because you doing it a day, do something. It's like lovely love, $5, perfect. You're doing something. So you're trying. It's just something. I'm looking forward to April the 11th when I pull out this 10K. So let me tag this. Yeah, join us tomorrow, 8:30 Central Standard Time. We'll be here. So I want to talk about Antonio Brown, and I want to talk about how you doing, Sephora. How you doing this morning? Thank you, and Happy New Year. So what I want to talk about is his antics leading up to Sunday when he stripped down and ran off the field. So I was just looking at some of his career. So in 2010, Antonio Brown was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. How you doing, Cassie? You good morning and Happy New Year to you. And in 2012, he was doing fine for 2 years. And in 2012, he told a defensive. They actually signed him. Let me go back. 2010, he was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Before that, they ended up giving him a pretty good, pretty good extension. So in 2012, he got into it with one of the defensive coordinators, and he told him, "Don't touch me because I'm the franchise." So after that, everything went down. So 5 years later, 2017, they're having a victory. They have just beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and he gets on his phone while the coach is giving the locker room celebration speech, and he puts it on social media. He goes Facebook Live, and he broadcasts the whole talk, or whatever the coaches is doing. The coach didn't like that. They was upset about that. Okay, so I'm just showing you his downward spiral to what happened Sunday. So in 2017, even though he did that, they extended him with a 5-year contract, making him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Okay, it was 68 mil with 19 mil guaranteed. Okay, that was 2017. Same year that they end up going to the playoffs and blah blah blah. So 2018, he I can't read my own writing. Okay, 2018, the Steelers lost patience with him. Brown, because he threw a ball at a teammate. That was back in 2018 after they just had made him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. So the following year, he's throwing timber tantrums. He's throwing balls, allegedly throwing balls at teammates. So the relationship started getting bad. The relationship with the quarterback, which is Ben Roethlisberger, started taking a turn as well. So January 2019, he shows up on the sideline in a long floor-length fur coat. And then he leaves mid-game. And then after that, a little bit after that, the owner of the Steelers and Antonio Brown, they sat down allegedly and had a talk and decided to part ways mutually. So after they do the mutually split, that was in 2019. So 2019, they was going to trade him. They was going to trade him to the Buffalo Bills. He protested the trade. But he protested at the trade, and he got on social media protested it, and that the deal fell apart after he did all that. So I'm sure the other team didn't want him after that, because now we just saw your antics about you on the sideline in the fur coat while your team is out there battling, and you show up in a fur coat and then attention grabbing, and then you walk off. So the deal fell apart. 2019, he get a fresh start. They introduced him as a new member of the Oakland. I think at the time they were still Oakland, or they was in the verge of going to Las Vegas, the Raiders. So they trade him to the Raiders for a third and a fourth round pick. Yeah, he's doing a lot, Cassie. I ain't even hit it yet. So they trade him to the Raiders for a third and fourth round pick. He placed, so then all of a sudden he never got a chance. He didn't practice or nothing. He was placed on the injury list with frostbite due to chirotherapy. So he posted pictures. Oh, the pictures are nasty looking. At the bottom of his feet, they was like peeling. So whatever he did when he was doing the chirotherapy, he ended up getting frostbite. So when he got frostbite, 2019 in August, he filed a grievance over a helmet. He wanted to continue to wear his own helmet, which had been banned by the league. So he started posting threats and saying that he was going to retire if he couldn't. He was pouting because he wanted to wear this helmet. So then after that, he lost the grievance. He had actually filed a grievance with the NFL. He lost the grievance, so he refused to practice. He didn't want to practice no more because he lost the grievance. Then he ended up getting into it with John Gruden. Yeah, over a helmet. After they done paid him all this money. So while him refusing to practice in September 2019, he was fined $54K for missing practice. He posted all the fine letters on social media and had a verbal altercation with the GM of the Raiders. So then in 2019 of September, he demanded the release from the Raiders. So that voided all the guaranteed money. And I didn't even tell y'all did I tell y'all? I didn't write it down. But they guaranteed him a lot of money. So by him refusing to play and forcing his hand for them to trade him, they voided all the money that they was the guaranteed money. They took it back. So after that, he demanded his release, and so Brady came to his rescue. This one, Tom Brady was still with the Patriots. He came to his rescue. He signed a 1-year deal with the Patriots, worth up to $15 million. After he did that, he was accused. Later on, he only played one game with the Pats. So a little bit shortly after he signed that 1-year deal, allegations came up about him sexual assault by a former trainer, which would have been his second incident of misconduct. So the Patriots always have had a good boy policy. They don't tolerate, misconduct. So he played one game for him, then he was dropped. They released him days later after playing just one game. January 2020, Florida police distanced themselves. They no longer wanted him to be involved with this youth league that he had been involved with because he had been, it was following numerous domestic incidents. So the police returned his check and issued him a trespassing order that he was not allowed to come around that youth league anymore. Okay. So he had all kinds of stuff going on. He had January 2020 more legal troubles, allegedly burglary and battery. He later received 2 years probation in that incident. So you come all the way down to the summer of 2020, July, the NFL suspended him for violating the personal conduct policy. Right, Cassie, they don't play that. So October 2020, Brady came to the rescue again with the Buccaneers. So he had a 1-year deal, even though Bruce Arians never wanted Antonio Brown on the team. But because of Brady and who Brady is, and Brady got clout, and Brady and Brown are friends, he got him that deal. So then after that, they went on to win the Super Bowl last year. So May 2021, he didn't sign. He really shopped himself around to see if he could get a bigger contract, but nobody wanted him. So back to the Bucks I go because nobody want me. Of course, Brady will take me. Brady needs me. So what the Bucks did on this contract they gave him, because of his attitude and because he's always into the way he act and the way he's always into stuff, they didn't give him guaranteed money up front. He had incentives. So he had a lot of incentives in his contract where he would make the money if he did this, if he did that, if he did, all other stuff. So he got back. Nobody wanted him, so he went back. So December 2021, he was suspended for 3 games for a fake vaccination card. His former chef told on him that he had been asking the chef for vax cards. I guess you can play in the NFL unvaccinated, but it's a lot of protocols where if you go to here, it's the timeline when you have to quarantine and stuff like that. So I guess he wanted to bypass all that, so he went and got fake back cards. So the former chef allegedly didn't give him the cards. He ended up getting the cards from somebody else, but the chef was the one that blew the whistle. So when they found out, by that's really like a federal offense, they really didn't want him. It was word, allegedly, it was word on the street, all through the media and stuff, that Bruce Arians was not gonna let him come back. But because a lot of the I think Chris Godwin ended up getting hurt, somebody else ended up getting hurt, they kind of like needed him. So he came back last game. Brady force fed him like 15 passes. Out of the 15 passes, he caught 10. He had 1 touchdown. So he didn't need a lot. And they have 2 more games in the regular season. So he had 2 more games to get all the incentives. He would have had like $1 million with these 3 incentives that would have added up to $1 million. And he was on track to get them. He only needed like 1 more touchdown, a few more yards. He had all this going on. So all of a sudden it blows up. Last Sunday, he strips off his gear and he runs off the field. And then last night he was spotted at a New York Nets game. So how you're a celebrity using fake vaccine cards is eventually going to come out. Right. And the person that probably told on him, he probably didn't think. He had been getting along with it the whole season. And then he ended up getting three game suspension. And I'm sure that he probably wasn't fined. The suspension probably was just no pay. But that is so weird. And just to see him spiral out of control. And I really think that I don't know if y'all follow, that part in the sports, but I don't think that he's gonna be able to play anywhere else. I think that was the last straw. I think Brady, being who Brady is, Bruce Arians tolerated, just because of Brady. It's like I'm putting you on this little short leash. And Belichick, when he was with the Pats, the organization didn't tolerate it. So once that allegation, and it was just so funny that as soon as this man got a job, here come the allegations. So back when he was with the Steelers, he was hit real hard by Vontaze Burfict. So a lot of people are saying he got CTE from that hit, that he ain't never been the same. But one thing about these wide receivers, a lot of them are divas. A lot of them aren't like the players were back in the day. A lot of them they divas, they social media. You can use T.O. Terrell Owens as a example, and how T.O. was such a diva that he ended up pushing his way out of the NFL, where nobody wanted him, nobody wanted to be bothered. And yeah, you shining, you catching all the balls, you getting the touchdowns and stuff like that, but it's still a team sport. And I think Antonio Brown, this probably was the final straw. And they even said when he ran off the field with no shirt on, he ended up running into a police car. They said the police didn't even know who he was. They wouldn't take him nowhere. So then they have a meme going around where he's dressed up in a right. I know. That's just something they saying, Army. That's just something they saying. That's just something they saying. Because he was hit really hard. And it was like yeah, it goes to their head, Sapora. And like I was listening to a lot of the sports shows yesterday, and they were saying allegedly he went over to Brady on the sideline because Brady was feeding the ball to Gronk. So allegedly, Antonio Brown went over and said, "Oh, you throwing the ball? You giving the ball to your boy? You giving the ball to your boy?" And Brady was looking at, huh? And little communication, and then after that, he just got fed up, and you could see Mike Evans, which is another receiver from one of the fans' videos that was trying to talk him out of not taking off his gear, but he took off his pads, his jersey and everything, and just threw it down. I don't think he'll get another job, Cassie. I think that's it. I think that's it. I don't think nobody else will babysit him and pay him that kind of money. He's talented. He's very talented. But who would want to babysit him along the lines of not knowing whenever he's going to explode? Because your offense was on. Oh, then they said the coach was trying. Let me see what Army said. They said the coach benched him and wouldn't let him reach his goals to get this. No, that's from what I've been listening to. That's not true. Brady was trying to get him to sense. You think about it. Now I have heard of players being benched because the team don't want to pay the incentive. I have heard of that. That happened to Mark Ingram his last year with year before last when he was with Ravens. They benched him and let other people play because they was gonna have to pay incentives. So what happened with, you think about it, his first game back from suspension, Brady force fed him 15 passes. He only caught 10. So Brady was trying to get him, they are friends. He was trying to get him his incentives. So what happened, what I heard that happened is that he had an ankle injury and he didn't want to go back into the game. They said the coach came over, asked, I forgot about this part. The coach came over and asked him, did he want to go back into the game? And he didn't want to. He kept saying, I'm hurt. But like a lot of the media analysts are saying, well, damn, you wasn't hurt. You was dancing in the end zone and throwing up the deuce and stuff. Yeah, he's very problematic. A lot of them are like that, Cassie. When they get to the NFL with the big money and the need for them, they get that complex where that's how he was when in Pittsburgh, where he started taping this and doing that and having a problem with the quarterback, and then he, forced his way out of there. Then he never played one game with Oakland, forced his way out of there, got into a shouting match with John Gruden, got into a shouting match with the GM over a helmet. I wonder if his endorsement deals would drop him too. I don't really think, with everything that's been around him, I don't think Brown have that many. I can look that up, but I don't think he have any endorsement deals. So is it possible then if they did it with another player? Yeah, it is possible, Orman. It is possible, but I don't think that was the case because he refused to go back into the game. The coach didn't bench him. So Brady was trying to get him, but a lot of, like, not taking up for Brady because I'm not one of the people that ride Brady coattail. I think he is great at what he do, but they were saying that he was force feeding them. So they say what Brady was doing was going to the open man. So he wasn't going to Gronk in that pass game where he force fed Brown 15 passes. He went to, Gronk was dropping balls, so Gronk was in the doghouse. So he went to where Gronk was single covered, Brown was double covered. So of course you're not gonna have the passes, but you still had one more game. He only needed one more touchdown, and if I'm not mistaken, he didn't even need over 50 yards to get a couple of those incentives. They probably would drop him at Cassie. They endorsed him being a part of a team. His name isn't attached to nothing but problems now. Yeah, I don't even think Armin he has any. I don't think he has any because he's been problematic. And then I was listening to something earlier, and they were saying how he has several baby mamas, a bunch of kids, and he was supposed to have made his baby mama. I guess he bought her a car or something with a car, and he made her. He called the police. I think he reported the car stolen or something like that, and he made her get out the car and walk. But he also filmed it and put it on live and put it on. So one thing with him, he's social media is everything. He's always doing stuff for shock value and stuff like that. He was with Nike before. Not before this. Must have been a long time ago. So how recent? Because you got to think about it. All the sexual allegations, the domestic violence things. I don't think he had anything recently, unless they gave him something after that Super Bowl. But I doubt it because his name, he scored one touchdown in the Super Bowl. So he's talented, but he is getting older, and he's talented, but you won that too because of Brady, and it was still a team effort. Well, let's hope he saved a few. Right, I hope so. Now look, yes, y'all. Yesterday he came out. He actually put up a video. Okay. Yeah, Marshawn Lynch saved all his money. He didn't cash not one NFL check. These financial football players. Right, that's what they say about him. Let me read what Armin say. 2021 endorsements. Antonio Brown formerly had an endorsement with Nike, which was pulled due to unsavory allegations that were alleged. Antonio Brown is no longer a Nike athlete or company. Okay. How you doing, no nonsense? Happy New Year. Okay. Thank you for that correction. Because I just was assuming everything that he been through in his career that I wouldn't see anybody endorsing him. Yeah, Marshawn Lynch, even though he didn't like to talk to the media, Cassie, and he was always say, "I'm just here so I wouldn't get fined." That boy never spent NFL. He have never spent any of his NFL checks. And a lot of people say that a lot of these young athletes, they do need financial. They need to know about that because they do. They go and blow all their money. Moreover, he also lost an endorsement deal with a helmet maker, Xenix, just days after their partnership was announced. Woo, okay. Whoa. Yeah, I like beast mode. I love beast mode. Beast mode. Not moreover. You copy and paste these, huh? Call out Cassie. Oh, that's look, or she talking like that. I do too. I do too. I do too. And he's for the kids and he's for his community back home. I think he's from LA. He's from one of the toughest little cities in LA. So I have mad respect for Beast Mode. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that y'all know I'm into sports heavily. I watch all kinds of sports. So do you know Cassie and Armin and No Nonsense and Ghetto View and everybody's here, Shafora and everybody? Do y'all know the Super Bowl that the Seahawks lost to the Seahawks lost to New England? They were supposed to win that Super Bowl. The same way, if you go back to the Super Bowl when Atlanta Falcons was beating the brakes off of New England, and they end up losing that Super Bowl. Let me tell you how that happened. It came out. She said, "Of course I did. I wasn't about to type out that. She was giving y'all wrong information." There she go. You see how she just slide me under the bus? Ain't why it had to be wrong. I said I don't think so. I'm about to drop this link for you, but I know you at work. She gets on my nerves. She get on my nerves, Cassie. But anyway, the reason why they lost that Super Bowl, you up you right there on the goal line. All you had to do was hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Hand the ball to Beast Mode. Beast Mode in that thing. But you know what they didn't want to do? They didn't want to give Beast Mode the MVP, because if Beast Mode would have scored one more time, because he was the one that ran all the way down the field in that Seahawks um Patriots game. So what happened? Yeah, Safari, yeah, because she working my nerves. So they didn't want to get the ball. So what they did, they had Russell Wilson throw a pass. You right there under the 5. Why would you throw a pass? He threw a pass, it was intercepted. So sometimes the NFL and the coaches and stuff, they will change the narrative, because they didn't want, because Beast Mode was gonna go sit up at the media and act a fool. He wasn't gonna really give him no damn interview. He was, so what happened was, my thing is, if it's a sure win. So I'm gonna give you another example. Now go back to the Super Bowl. I think that Super Bowl was in Houston when the Atlanta Falcons was beating the brakes off of Tom Brady and them. Defense was weighing Tom Brady and them out. The running backs at the time, the Falcons had, it was Freeman and it was one other guy. I can't think of his name. But they had 2 running backs. All they had to do, they were up. All they had to do was keep running the ball down not Tampa Bay, New England's throat. But guess what happened? That was the same year Matt Ryan won MVP of the league. They want Matt Ryan to be the MVP of the Super Bowl. So he keeps throwing the ball, interception, drop pass, drop pass. So you're changing the narrative, because my thing is, if I'm up and I'm winning, I do this when I play Madden. If I'm up and I'm winning, I'm gonna use the clock. I'm gonna run the ball. I'm gonna run the ball. Only time I'm gonna throw if I need a quick first down, and I'm gonna use clock. So that lets you know that they changed the narrative on who they want to be the MVP. Beast Mode, he would have drug all of them into the end zone and the game would have been over. But because they wanted Russell Wilson to be the MVP, he threw that pass right there on the goal line and it got intercepted, and they end up winning. Now what's she saying? Smart now. Yeah, get y'all trucker heads. That's the only thing she said that I liked this morning. She said she already knows how I am. Yeah, I did. Yeah, Cassie, they changed the narrative, because they want who they want to be the MVP. So they trying to force feed it, and it don't work. And I'm sure the other team kind of got an idea too. So shit, y'all right here on the goal line, get a ball up. Little Marshawn been carrying y'all. He carried y'all all the way into the Super Bowl. Why would you not give him the ball? You trying to force something. And I can't remember what the score was, because they had won one Super Bowl, and then I think this would have been their back-to-back. That's what that boy used to say. I'm just here so I won't get fined. I love me some Beast Mode. And sitting on the sideline eating Skittles. I think that was 2008, right? I think I remember that game. You talking about the Seahawks? Because they didn't did it. I didn't seen it done twice. And then I'm gonna tell you another one that's kind of up in the air too. When the Panthers went undefeated to the Super Bowl, Cam Newton, and you had long neck Peyton Manning, Denver Broncos, and Peyton was about to retire, and they wanted to give Peyton a ring. And I can't remember. I need to look it up, because I don't want to give y'all the wrong facts, and then my autocorrect in here be correcting me. But I can't remember. I think Peyton Manning won. Let me see how many Super Bowls Peyton Manning won, because I think he did He did win one with the Colts, or he didn't. Because I know the Colts played the Saints, and the Saints won the Super Bowl. Let's see, Super Bowl. Just so I can give you the right information. Yeah, he did. In 2007, he won one with the Colts in the 16. So that was his after he came back from the neck surgery. So if you think about it, Cam had a chance. He did not go for a fumble. And all of a sudden, the narrative was being spun that, okay, we're going to let Peyton Manning walk out of here with one. I mean, I wouldn't care if it was fixed in sports, they would just have to get mad at me, because if I got a chance to win, I'm going to win. Yeah, she autocorrect. That's what I call her. That's us for autocorrect. You said I was talking about the Falcons. Right. You remember that Super Bowl? It was like a blowout. That's the one I think. I'm trying to remember. Is that the one? No, Beyonce performed at the one in New Orleans. It was a New Orleans Super Bowl when the lights went out. Cause I'm trying to remember who performed. But yeah, that's the one when they was beating them real bad. They had two good running backs. All they had to do was just keep running the ball. And they wanted to do something fancy and started throwing the ball. Because I mean, my thing is, why would you throw the ball when you up? I can't even remember. They was up some point. They was up a couple of touchdowns. You don't need to throw the ball. Each possession that you get, run clock. So that's two narratives that I could tell y'all that I know, two games that I watched that they wanted to divert who was going to be the MVP. So I think if that on that Atlanta game, the defense should have been the MVP because defense was they was playing smash mouth football. Yeah, she auto corrects for. But I wanted to talk about Antonio Brown because I think that's crazy that like you said, Cassie, a lot of people die and wish go through a lot, sacrifice their bodies a lot to to play this game. And like JJ Watt said one time, this is a grown man getting to play a kid's game, and it's crazy that you don't come out and take it, take it for all that it's worth. And another news, Ben Roethlisberger probably played his last game in Heinz Field last night, and it was really emotional after they won. They ended up beating Cleveland, and they won, and it was emotional. He was crying in the interview, and okay, you want us to talk about Tristan? Okay, let me write that down. Yeah, very very ungrateful because so what trick? Okay, so I just need to just look him up since you didn't send us an email. So I'll look him up and see what he done now. So I knew this one was gonna be long, so I didn't want to like add this one to this. I said, let me, because I said I was gonna come on and start once a week, at least start doing a video. So I say, let me get up and do this video. And yeah, very ungrateful and just taking. You say just look him up. It's all there. Gotcha. I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna get ready when I get off of here. I'm set the live up and get all our information over that we need to get ready for tomorrow night and enjoy the rest of the my off day. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but that's early and just a few heads. Cutting my load down, focusing on my clothing brand and and my health in 2020. And when they clicked our lights off, they was working on they building a new house, um, not next door, the door next to that. And it's like 40 degrees out here, and they didn't click the lights off last night doing something. I think they was trying to tie the line in or something. And I went outside and I had just not too long got out the shower. So I got some new gummies I needed to show y'all. I sure wanted to show y'all these new gummies. That they supposed to be a little bit more stronger that I got. It was a sample pack, and I think I paid $3 or $4. What I said, 2020. I'm sorry. I gotta remember that too. Is anyone getting a lockdown in their cities? You know what, Sephora? It's so dumb out here that Governor Hot Wheels probably won't do a lockdown. So you might okay, yeah. She probably working because if she missed that, ooh, she missed a chance to light me up. She got to be work. She busy. And I probably did say 2020. I'm so used to 2020. She say not yet. Are y'all getting one, Sephora? Um, they want to keep that economy up, which I'm gonna lock myself down myself. My house is already locked down. I know my grandson will be over here this weekend. I'm taking him to the game Sunday. That's the last game. So I think Sunday will be the last time so far that I'll be around large groups of people. So that'll be Sunday. And if y'all get a chance, if y'all want to see the game where I held the flag, me and my wife held the flag, I uploaded that video. They sent me the video yesterday and I uploaded that. They just shut down the gym in my building and I'm trying to get healthy. What the hell? You're going to have to go walking. You have to go walking. I think you said something about that the other night that they you just found out you had a gym and now they didn't close the damn gym. Atlanta has never fully closed down during the pandemic. Texas did for a little bit, and then we wasn't allowed to cut hair. That was in 2020. That was in 2020. Yes, they called it lockdown step 2 modified. What the fuck? They still arguing with the kids wearing excuse me. They still arguing with the kids wearing masks to school. But Cassie, I think I seen in your I think I seen out there in Georgia where they are requiring. I know in California I saw it where they're requiring. They're trying to do virtual again. And out here, I think they pushed my grandson back, so they not in school now. I think they go back Thursday, so they pushed them back. Yeah, I know. I remember you saying you found the gym. I have a gym membership too, and I may go ahead and take that because I just have to put my mask on because I want, like you say, get in shape and everything. So I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna kind of like self quarantine myself and not be around too many. Say my little cousin's classmate who's in high school caught, and it was 20 kids shaking my head. Hold on, give me a minute. Oh, that's a lot. I've been so shocked about how many people have unmasked here in Katy. You still out here, Ghetto View? Yeah, you in Texas, child. They do it like that. I was surprised when I was in Florida about how many people that you would see not, that was walking around unmasked. I still wear my mask in the store. I know she didn't leave me no voicemail. I cannot stand when people leave voicemails. Yeah, they doing their thing. They do their thing out here, and then the main ones you see get a view that don't have a mask on is the ones that ain't vaccinated. I don't have a problem with anybody that's their choice, but if you going that's your choice, then put your mask on. Yeah, I think so too, Cassie. I don't think we'll ever be the same. I think we're gonna always be in masses, and this is gonna be here forever. But hey Jada, how you doing today? Okay. How you doing today? Happy New Year. Okay. I sure wish I would have knew you was here. We could have got a chance to meet. She said, I don't remember what it's like to not wear. Right. But I because it fogs up my glasses and I know Armin fussed at me about this and somebody else fussed at me. And I'm getting back to putting them on. Well, thank you for tap dancing on the like button. You could twerk on it too. She in here autocorrect in here somewhere, Jada. Wait, what the main ones, child? It be the Vax folks that I noticed don't wear masks. Well, the Vax folks feel like they protected. So I mean that's why they went and got the that's why they went. I know I could say for myself, I don't walk around blindly without a mask if I'm in public, but I in my own little personal space, I don't really like to wear masks when I'm cutting hair. I'm kind of over it. And like I said, I've been fussed at this before and I'm getting back. Yes, I don't hate voicemails. Send me a text. Like that was one of my clients, and I'm not gonna answer because I'm online. But then she ended up whatever was up with my phone now, since I just switched over to T-Mobile. Now, when you send me a voicemail, it types it in a text anyway. But I hate voicemails because I hate that little icon that be stuck on my phone. You can't get it off. I be like, you should wear it. Yeah, Jada, but a lot of people did get vaccinated so they can have some normalcy of life with traveling and stuff like that. So it's not like we don't wham, but I see out of my seeing, I see the ones that are not vaccinated that will run around with no mask. Like I told y'all one time I had a client, he would come back here and he would just not have a mask on. And I didn't, that's not my business to ask. And he asked me, he said, "What you think about the Delta?" This when the Delta first came out. And I said, "I don't because I'm vaccinated." And then I looked at the look on his face and I said, "Are you vax?" And he was like, "No." And I said, "Well, you had the nerve to walk back here. You don't know what you're walking into, and you walk back here without a mask." I say, "From here on out, when you come back here, you put on a mask because you don't have anything but the good Lord protecting you." So I'm fully vaxxed and still wear my mask. I don't play that. I'm fully vaxxed with my booster. And if I'm in the grocery store, if I'm here and I'm there, I do wear my mask. I will be honest. I have to be honest. I'm at the game sometime. I have it on. Sometime I don't. I got to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I'm going up and down the stairs then. Yeah, go up and down the stairs. Oh, I'm speaking to you, Jada. You want me to twerk, child? I don't usually twerk, but go on, drop the stream link and let me throw the peach in a circle. Just kidding. I know you ain't coming on no link. I wear glasses and they sell disposable masks meant for those with glasses. I need to look those up, Cassie, then. Because they have my glasses fogged up. So you making sure I don't have no excuses. I'm gonna look that up. That's the miseducation though. Like you get the vax for freedom, as if the vax disclaimer says that you still can't catch it and still pass it. Them people be looking surprised by caught. They caught it, shaking my head. You right on that. It's a lot of misses. Period. Since being back in Detroit, I've been like, look, I'm not hanging around y'all. They call me a hermit at this point, but I see y'all and I'm not playing with y'all. I mean, my thing is our house get locked down. Like I say, my grandson will come over here this weekend, and after that, it's locked down. And I'm gonna have to, like, I've been trying to tell my daughter to get him vaccinated because you're gonna be around all these kids. I have a client that's a scientist, and this is not to push anything on anybody, but he told me, he said that it will not get better until everybody is vaccinated. He said it's gonna keep mutating and it's gonna keep growing and it's gonna keep growing and it's gonna keep growing. Like Cassie say, we'll never get back to normalcy. This is normalcy for us because this is gonna keep mutating. It's just like the flu. Sometimes you see people in the summertime with the flu. So the flu, we do have a flu season, but the flu always is always stronger, a different strand the next time. You should have custom masks with your. I do have some with my face on them. I have some with my Barbara brand on them, but cloth masks I can't cut in cloth masks because I can't breathe. So I have to use the paper masks. I wear the cloth masks when I'm out and about. But being back here, standing under these lights, I can't breathe in cloth masks. So I have to wear I have like different color masks, but I can't breathe in those. I know Armin keep a sign on her door that said, right. And one thing I do appreciate her, and I always use her as an example. She don't believe in it, but she wears a mask and she makes people around her wear a mask. And I can appreciate that. I can't appreciate the ones that don't want to get it, sitting out here giving misinformation and they don't want to wear a mask. That's the ones I can't get down with because I feel like it is a choice and it's to each his own. I come on, but it won't be to twerk, and there's no shame to. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If y'all want me to drop the link, I could drop it. If not, I'll read y'all comments, talk to y'all, and I'm get up out of here. Yes, no excuse. LOL. Amazon has them for cheap. They have a little foam strip, so you're okay. I'm finna look it up, and here she go. Child, I'm a hermit too. There's nowhere to go, just work. Mom's house, my house, a spa, grocery store, and furniture store. Furniture stores. You still out here shopping. You supposed to be saving. That's funny to me. I heard it, but the vax is not stopping it. So how is it going to get better if we all are vaxxed? So far, I ain't had it, even though I thought I did. Found out I didn't. So Jada, I kind of get what he was saying. So if we all have some kind of protection, the ones that I'm not gonna say, because you just said the people that are vaxxed, they can still give it and they can still spread it. So if you think about, if you go back to the mumps, rubella, all those, what stopped it, and we didn't have to live with this and keep seeing this trend, is that everybody, it was protocol that everybody got vaccinated. So when everybody got vaccinated, we stopped the mumps, the measles, the rubella. So you got to think about it, it's gonna keep going. So my thing is, if an unvaxxed person, how you think the people getting it? They getting it from somebody. It's gonna keep going around. So what happens is, like, our mayor out here in Houston had it, and he credited the vaccine because all he did was quarantine. He did his quarantine days, and he did his quarantine days, and he said he didn't have no symptoms where he had to go to the hospital, and he created the vax for that. So the vax is protection, something to help you fight it off. The same thing with the flu. The flu shot, that don't mean because you take the flu shot every year or whenever you took it, that you're not going to get the flu that year. You can still get the flu. It's just something to help prevent it. The same thing with antibiotics. Antibiotics are built up in your system. That's why they tell you don't take other people antibiotics, because you could be taking the wrong thing and you're putting this resistance in your body that you don't need. Now, I have a nephew that's on a ventilator right now as we speak, and he's been on that ventilator for over 14 days, and it's not looking good. And he's not vaccinated. And the whole deal is, and he wasn't really going too many places that we thought, like, where did he get it so far? When we went to Florida, he ended up, really sick. We had to go to the hospital. They put him on oxygen. He stayed on oxygen for a couple of weeks, and then ventilator. And like I say, they trying to wean it down, and he's in a like a paralyzed state in coma. So you can. So my thing is, I'm like I said, I can't force anybody, but I'm telling all mine that they need to get it. They need to get it. It's that's the only way we're gonna stop it. It's not gonna stop if we still have people walking around that's not vaccinated and they're not doing anything to be mindful and be preventive. People are living their life. The clubs have been packed up since last year. Everybody's going on, and it's the younger generation that don't want to get it. And then you'll come over and give it to grandma and granddad and people that do have underlying health issues. And like, I have a client, he works in the ER, and he was telling me about how he see it so bad and how those people be on those ventilators and the problems that they have afterwards. And he was saying that it's things that they can do, but they don't want to overstep the healing process of your body. So they don't want to over save. So they have to kind of like pull back and wait to see what the body will do. And sometimes it be too late, but you still don't want to over save. So he said he asked some of the doctors sometime, like, why we're not doing this. And he was like, well, we can't over save because the body knows its own healing process, and you're going to take away, and then the body will be confused. So he was telling me, so like they told my nephew, it's up to his body if he recovers. So my thing is that there's no medicine, so they're letting people go visit. And like I tell my daughter, stay away, watch the hospital, because you are vaccinated, and you don't want to take the booster, but the hospitals are full of germs. So I'm still without having it in my system. So my thought is, maybe the way to actually stop this is to do what we were supposed to do in the first place: sit down for a moment, quarantine. The economy can't survive a quarantine, and you're gonna have people that still have to work. So how can we actually quarantine? Like China, how China got a hold on theirs when it first came out, is that they were locking people in their houses. We don't have that kind of country. So I mean, if you quarantine and stay in, everybody's not gonna stay in. So I mean, they tried that. Everybody was on lockdown, and you had still people that was still doing what they wanted to do. You had to have the grocery store still had to be open. You still had to go get groceries. So there's no really way that you can really quarantine. And then you had the people that were saying, well, I'm working in the grocery store and people coming in, and, it's crazy. It's just crazy. They laugh at me at my appointment. I still wear my mask even doing my massage. Ain't no wrong with that. You want to be safe. Why isn't it possible that they aren't getting it from another vax person? You can't. I'm not saying that you can't get it from another vax person, but that vax person probably is walking around, and if they are passing it, I mean, they don't have no symptoms. Furniture stores, yes, I'm almost done. I just need an area rug, coffee table, and tables. I ordered my sofas in October. Now they're telling me they won't come in. Yeah, that this pandemic is stopping a lot of shipping and stuff too. I mean, I can't argue. Yes, he's over 14 days. Over 14 days. And I've been trying to tell everybody, I mean, my thing is, I like I say, I the reason why I got it is because I do want to have a fighting chance. I already know I had my spleen taken out in 92. So if you got the sniffles, by the next day I got the sniffles. So I catch the cold. I catch, like, my wife come home with a cold, I got it. Like, I think I had COVID before. I think I had it back in the end of 2019 and early part of 2020. I was real, real, real sick. And I was in the hospital back in 2019, and they gave me, no, 2020. No, I had it. I can't remember the years, but when I was in the hospital, and I never been in the hospital with a sickle cell crisis, and they gave me antibiotics. So they had me um what you call it, when you are isolation. They had me on isolation, and they thought I had the flu because no COVID had been out yet. They didn't know what COVID was at the time. And when my flu test came back that I didn't have the flu, they took me out for isolation, but y'all still dripping me with these antibiotics. So something was going on then. That was at the end of 2019. And earlier part of 2019, my mom she passed, but she had pneumonia and she had the flu, and it was real, real bad. So we don't know if COVID been flipping around here, because COVID been on the Lysol can, so it's been here. And you need some coffee. People are still getting all these things, even though people get shots for it all. They start off as babies getting shots, but yet we still get kids catching measles. You don't see a lot of it. And you don't see kids catching the chicken pox, Jada, like, since they got a chicken pox vaccine. My older two kids, which one to be 30, I have a 30-year-old Thursday on the 6th. She had the chicken pox. My middle daughter, which is 27, she had the chicken pox. My baby, which is just made 25 in October, never had the chicken pox, but she was vaxxed for the chicken pox. So, I mean, it's always gonna be the argument of people still getting this, people still getting that. You can still get the flu. And you get the flu, I get a flu shot every year, but I have never had the flu. I catch a cold, but I remember before getting the flu shots, I would catch pneumonia, like, just like a cold. And I mean, it's to each his own. I ain't here to change nobody's mind, but my stance is, until everybody get vaccinated, this is never going anywhere. So, I mean, y'all get used to everything being high 1 minute, in middle 1 minute, because they don't never go low. You're gonna keep gonna be dying. People, I mean, it's just the point. It's gonna come to the point of you're gonna have to distance yourself from family. It's gonna break up relationships. Like, I have a client that, so vaccine everyone ain't the solution. I think it is so scary. If they don't get it, let me catch up. Just me, extra precautions. Just be okay. Side note, I'm not against people who take it. I don't tell people to go against it. I generally speak on when I feel there's an assumption that is a problem. I'm not gonna, you know what, Jada? I'm not gonna say that the people that's not vaxxed are the problem, because I feel like everybody has the right. I just feel like we've been living with this since 2020, 2 years. We've been going for this for 2 years, and So when do the people that are not vaxxed see that? I mean, I'm not saying the unvaxxed people are the problem, but when do the people that's vaxxed see that there's not a cure, there's something that could be preventive, but we keep going from, we didn't already flip, we on Omicron. And I don't know why everybody called that a Morion, because it's not, it's called Omicron. So, because there ain't no Morion in the Greek alphabet. So you already into the O's, you already there, you already been to Delta. So I don't know what happened to the mixed ones, because I follow it a little bit and I don't follow it. But why do it keep mutating? Why do it keep making a different strand? And this strand, the Omicron strand, is higher, where anybody can get it, vax, unvax. But so now they are trying to say that the boosters, they're gonna have to roll out more boosters, because you gotta think about it, it's coming from somewhere. People are going on with, like, I'm sorry, because I know, look, I'm about spitting on myself. I pray he recovers immediately and better than he was before. Thank you, Jada, because I pray the same thing. Because he has kids, he's young, he's about 33 years old. I started this treatment where they press on pressure points on your toes and feet, and I started, and I've been feeling so much better. My bloating is gone, and I have more energy. Okay, Sephora. So then say that the reason why it hasn't gone away is not because of the people not being vaxxed. It's because we feel the economy cannot handle it, and people don't want to do what it takes to stay in. I agree, Jada, because I mean, it's always going to be some excuse, Jada. If we shut down everything, because I promise you, when the first shutdown happened, I said everything needs to shut down. Grocery stores, everything. And but then you're gonna have the people that say, well, I don't got no food. Like every year here, the school district will give out free meals during the summer, right? So because they didn't want to have, now these are kids that could just come through the neighborhood and just go have breakfast or lunch. It was it's free plan. So all these parents, they get food stamps for these damn kids. But you are putting the school people in risk, because now they are handing out boxes of food so you to have food, and the lines are like loaded. Beyonce came out here and gave out food and gift cards and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is, you always gonna have somebody that mismanaging with the funds that they get for food, for monetary value and stuff like that. They're gonna misuse it. And now we don't have, so how can we shut down the supermarkets when you're gonna have somebody say, I don't have no milk, I don't have no cereal to feed my kids, I don't have it. So the supermarket chain have to keep going. The farmers have to make, so the economy has to keep going. And the economy, look at the stimulus, the little bits of stimulus they gave us. That's not enough to damn survive on if you still had bills and you were out of work. That little money that they gave, them little checks, that's not nothing. And the economy have, the US have the right to make the money, make the account. I know in the debt ceiling be whatever, however, if you get into that, but come on now, the money that they gave, and that's why they're not gonna shut it down again. I just listen to y'all talk about this. I already know you ain't got nothing to say. I'm still waiting on stuff. I have learned to keep harassing them about it. Like, excuse me, I'm waiting 2 weeks for my package, but has it cleared yet? Right, because they will. And I'm gonna tell you something. You used to go buy from China before this pandemic, and you would get your stuff. The shipping wasn't outrageous. Now with the pandemic, they like this. Like, since the pandemic, it has put a halt on hair units. The hair units was coming from North Korea. Now China are trying to make them. So China see that there's a demand in the US. They charging out the butt for these things. I got the lady on my plug from China on my phone right now. And I mean, she asking me, and do I still want it? I mean, my thing is, you have to charge out the butt to even make a profit on what they selling, and they are getting better with them, but they charge it too high. Seems after I do that, I get an email saying they are not sure and will check, and then my package looks like it's in starting to move through shipping like it's supposed to. So like you saying something to them is actually putting a fire under their butt. You are welcome, huh? Side note, you looking good over there, Polo. Thank you. No offense or disrespect to your mate, but you looking good this afternoon. Thank you. She don't take no offense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sitting in Arm or something, and girl, they stole a package. People are crazy. You don't even know what's inside. Right. I wouldn't even go on people porches, and it's crazy. Demetra said somebody stole her what y'all call that stuff when they bring it to not the Uber Eats, but the other one. Off her, I guess while she was in there asleep. Doesn't matter if it's a lot or not. Point is, it happens. And what are they supposed to do? Stay in the house away from people, right? Secluded till they heal. And that's why we don't see it. Right. And I noticed, Jada, that now because the numbers are starting to go up, they're opening up the testing sites again. The big major testing sites where they've been testing all weekend here. So at one while you seen that die down, you could just probably go to Walgreens or CVS, or you had like little spots that was doing testing. But now the big, like at the schools and the stadiums and stuff, that's opening back up. Because I mean, I do think a lot of people did go get vax. I feel that, Polo, your thoughts and things, and I feel that I can't knock you for that. And I'm not knocking you for yours either. All getting vax ain't gonna help. Mainly, all of us were getting the flu shot, yet there's still 1,000 dying from it. But not at this number, Armin. Not at this number. People was dying for the flu because you can get a cold, you can get a cold, and it turns into the flu or it turns into pneumonia. You could have walking pneumonia. I could be sitting right here with walking pneumonia, and y'all wouldn't know, and I could halfway know. But one thing about COVID that a lot of people don't understand, this attacks your lungs. The way this guy was telling me how they pulling out tubes and this milky stuff coming through, and it attacks your lungs. So when it attacks your lungs and you're breathing, you we need the can't stay on the ventilators for so long. The next thing they're going to do is put a hole right here. So I asked him, I said, if anybody came out from having a trach, and he was like, yeah, but then it mess up, it does something to their vocal cords, they have to go through therapy and stuff like that. So they haven't decided to do the trach yet, but you can't stay on a ventilator, because the next thing what happens is all your other organs start being destroyed. So I don't want nothing. If I got this is me. I mean, I'm not forcing myself on nobody, but I feel like if I have a fighting chance, because I still have to be around people. I still have to be around my customers when they come. I still want some decency of normalcy. If I fly on a plane or I go on vacation, I still want to have some kind of normalcy to my life, because every day is not promised. So if that shot will allow me to have a little normalcy, then I'm all for it. Um, I don't know. Like I say, when it start getting political, where the political people will take a stand, like Texas governor, he ain't against it because he's vaccinated, but he's gonna preach the right to choose, and he's gonna make rules where you don't have to wear a mask, you don't have to do this, because he wants the economy. So my thing is, you're letting people preach this and preach that and they think it's just the economy, because they want money to still flow and money to still be made, but they don't believe in that, because they go get vaccinated. As soon as when they get COVID, they okay. Just like Trump. Trump didn't do nothing to help the vaccine, this process. He let everybody just keep dying. He never stepped in and said this or did that. But he's vaccinated. That's what I'm saying. The people that's making the decisions and the rules, you would think they would make the rules of what they believe in, but they don't. They do what's good for the almighty dollar. It's not even legal to roll out a vax this quick. Do you know if there are any side effects? Why would you say it's that quick when scientists work all year round? COVID been around. Why would you say that's the main thing people always use, that they don't want it because it came out so quick? All this stuff is man-made, so they in there testing, like AIDS and all that, like sickle cell. Sickle cell is man-made. They went in there and started changing the genetics to sales. And when that makeup of what they was changing, it stopped kids from dying of malaria. But it caused another problem because now my cells are not round like your cells. Some of my cells are round. Another part of my cells are sickle like a half moon. So what happens with that? If if this is a straw and cells, everything circle is flowing through this straw, then all of a sudden something shaped in a half moon comes through, it's not going to flow as good as a circle. So what it does, it gets clogged. So if it's clotted up right here, and then now the cells that's trying to come through, they're backing up. So now that stops the oxygen flow of the veins, and then there's pain. So that's why they call it a sickle cell crisis. So all this stuff is man-made. I mean, we can argue against science all day long. It's all man-made. Where did AIDS come from? Where did cancer come from? Somebody's in a lab testing some stuff, injecting the same way they work on lab rats, they test people too. So, I mean, you got to think about it. I remember growing up, there was not all these cancers. Now you got cancer of every part of your body. I have a client that's got cancer of the toe, and she was darker than me, and she lost all the melanin in her skin. She's this color now in her toe. So I mean, we can argue. This like all day long. We can argue against science. I just want something to live a normal life, and I want my family to do the same thing. If it get to the point where it get bad, my grandson won't be able to come over here. If my daughter won't get him back, you're not be able to come over. You can come in the back and get your hair cut, but I have to do what I have to do to protect me because I don't have a spleen. I don't have nothing to fight off infection. So I got to do what protects me and mine. My wife is vaccinated. She had the booster. She got vaxxed before I did because for her job. We've been living with this for 2 years. So when are everybody going to see that we got to bite the bullet and rock in the house for the time needed? Because now we're 2 years later. I agree with that, Jada, but they're not. The young people want to party. Look at all the New Year's Eve party y'all probably seen around your area. People are still partying. I can say I'm guilty because I'm still going to the football game. I done been to the basketball game. People are they not separating the seats like they were. They about making their money. They don't want to separate the seats because now I'm losing money. People are the people that's the nightclub owners. I feel for them because the same way I couldn't cut no hair because of the pandemic, they couldn't make no money because people couldn't come into these nightclubs. So then Texas started doing it where if you went up to the restaurant, I think you could still do it. You went to Papa Do's, you could get your swamp thing to go, long as you bought some food. So they started making contingencies where people could still have some normalcy because you still wanted the restaurant population to make their money. Why do we follow the Greek? Why do we follow the Greek alphabet? That's what the scientists are doing. Support. They are doing just like with the hurricanes. When they if y'all have hurricanes in y'all city and state, they do numbers. So they're gonna do if they in A, if it's a lady name, the next B will be a man name, and then they skip like that. So I don't know why did they go into the Greek alphabet for the simple fact of COVID-19 because it was COVID. COVID already had been around. 19 was because it came out in 2019. So that's how I got its name. Now, why did they went to the variants? They started calling the variants Greek alphabet letters, and now we on Omicron. So that's something that the scientists have done. Oh, I'm way behind. Let me catch up. We know what it's called. People say Omarion to put a little humor to it, just like C19, the Bill virus. Gotcha. I ain't never heard of the Bill virus. Let me catch up, y'all. The strands are coming on because it's trying to survive and probably because of the folks being vaxxed. And that's why now they need a new type vax to fix that. Just stay inside. I can agree with that too, Jada, because you think about it. So because now we got to mutinate and we got to get stronger because it's something, you got something in your body that you can fight it. So you're going to lose that argument, Jada, because they're not going to stay inside. Then they're not going to stay inside. And you got, so like if your governor of your state say stay inside, and my stupid governor of this state have everybody running around looking crazy, then people are going to come to Texas to party. Just like I heard New Orleans is going to do Mardi Gras this year. People want to go back to making their money. People want to go back to, and then you got to look at it. If you lived in New Orleans, you'll probably be like, the way you feel, I ain't going. If I lived there, I wouldn't be going. But some people are gonna go. So then you have these big outbreaks. The same thing they were saying with New Year's and Christmas. Do small gatherings and try to do the gatherings outside. So it's just like she said, "Oh, don't say it that way." And so didn't say that. I didn't say that with an attitude. I promise. No, you good. No, you fine. I got it. I have to look that treatment up, Sephora. China shut down, things got better, but they had problems because folks was flying into their country of bit for business, and they reported it started back up again. And oh, I'm way behind. You was so much better. They can fix your back. Okay, they talking about that off topic. Armin and Polo, I received that rose toy in the mail, and it's so little and cute. Is it too little? Oh, well, you ready for your demonstration? The U.S. had a problem with it, so that's why they didn't shut down too much of America, depending on China. Sadly, right? We do depend on them, and like I said, I didn't know that North Korea. Wait a minute, what you talking about? Yeah, we can get off this. Yeah, a city in China is shut down now. 13 million people, and they are ordered not to leave their house. Right, support. They can do that, and I heard that when it first came out, they was nailing those people doors shut, and when they was coming back to unlock those doors, some of the people in there were dead. So they have that kind of government where they can dictate. The government here can't. You got to think about it. President Biden can only do what president he can say, like when he said he wanted companies of 10 or more to be ordered to vaccinate. Then you have the governors of each state that can call the shots and override what he says. So we don't live in those kind of times. I said that too. That money they gave us wasn't much. No, those little checks did keep some people afloat. Yeah, it kept you afloat, but that wasn't enough to sustain a lot of people lifestyles. If you actually was not working and had a house full of kids and probably was depending on your check to what you're used to paying your bill, that money wasn't nothing. It wasn't even enough to keep you afloat. That wasn't even a sprinkle of water. Jada Child, Armin and Polo have an afternoon red light special. Why can't you make these things? People will pay more to have things right away. So for you know what I noticed about why China business is so high? If I'm gonna use hair unit for example. If I buy a hair unit from a vendor in the United States, it's gonna cost me double or triple what it'll cost me from China. So that's why a lot of people do business with China because I have the same hair unit where I pay little or nothing from them, but when I get it here, I want to tax you out the ass. So that's why a lot of people keep going over. And China been in that market, like even with the MacBooks and Apple products and stuff like that, all that's made over there. And when I'm on it now, but when I got this new MacBook, it came straight from China. They put the software on it that I wanted. It came from their Apple from China. I'm thinking that it was going to come from one of the stores here. No, it came straight from China. Right. They are charging out the booty crack. Oh, I got to catch up, y'all. It was DoorDash. I sent something to Armin that was missing, and now I am now reminded, girl, I need to send this package out. She say, don't shoot her. Okay, hold on. I got stuck. It attacks your lungs and anything else that's weak in the body because it's easily attackable. Right. Hopefully, this doesn't make you sad to talk about when you have someone going through it. I'm going to sit back on discussing and respectfully hugs. No, it's not making me sad because I just want to, put it out there so people can see. Got to be careful with the words you're using so they don't get you for your video. Okay, okay. Hey, AJ Show, how are you? Happy New Year. If they cared about our lives, they will stop poisoning our food. So the vax is a scam. They don't care. I don't think it's a problem that it came out quick. I feel that there are others who are saying this ain't a sound vax, and they weren't fully releasing ingredients at first. I'm concerned. But you're also talking to someone who does not get vax at all, nor my child. Okay. I can respect that. I agree. people are still going out. And that's what I'm saying. I desire for people to stop saying it's the fault of the vax and the folks not need to get vax. And that's not solving anything. Be accountable and say, because we are choosing not to stay in. And that's the real problem. And we're sorry for being a part of the problem, but we're just a piece of normal. We want a piece of normalcy right? Hey, Vibrant, how you doing today? Appreciate you, Vibrant, and happy New Year, and Happy New Year. Yeah, the beer name nickname was funny. Don't stay in. Let me come all the way to the end. I went to know a lot of places closed down because of this. Right, they rely on tourism. And they trying to get back to it, Cassie, because they say they gone. Oh, okay, there we go. Nah, I ain't gonna pass by your comments. I was trying to catch up. I didn't know I was that far behind because we were just talking. I went, yeah. Sorry, we just typing. Let's slow down a little, catch up. Now, y'all good? I'm caught up. And then Army say that's why I'm pushing saving. I don't know how I just got into the conversation and then didn't know I bagged up that much. But I appreciate all y'all comments and like I say, I respectfully respect. But one thing I was hearing that I remember TC saying one time that the woke people that we think are so woke that they'd be the first ones in line getting the bags, So I mean, I think it's to each his own, to each his household. But like I was saying, yeah, I've caught up now, Cassie. I'm sorry. I got passionate because I got somebody that's dealing with it, and I feel like if he was back, he wouldn't be in the situation that he's in. Um, but that's my opinion. But I just want everybody to have a fair chance, and I do agree with Jada that we do need to stay in. And what I was gonna say is it's gonna break up homes, it's gonna push people away from family because it's something that's debatable. It's more debatable than sports. I pulled my day 4 at 7:30, and that bad boy said, "Okay, but I'm gonna handle it." That's what I have to get to the bank. Look, Jada, I got 6, 200, 196, 190, 120, 116, 82. My shortest was 80. So I pulled 6, so I'll be caught up. But yeah, that savings, that man, I'm getting ready to give me she say, there you go, Jada, that's a spirit. I want me a spider. And I'm gonna get it before April 11th. I'll probably get it. I may get it before this month is over with. I'm just waiting to go and test drive it. My daughter rolled me for 300 today while hanging with my sister. I didn't like that. She said, "Thanks, Mom. Now I want my money back on the next check you get." Right, Jade. I was like, I wanted to go ahead and pull big. Yeah, a spider. Not that kind of spider. You spelling it wrong. Let me show you. It's a 3-wheeler. Oh, that green ain't gonna show. Hold on. No pet. Ooh, I don't like spiders. I don't like frogs, spiders. But that ain't it. Okay, let me open this one. I'm just waiting to go test drive it. Yeah, go ahead and stick with it, Jada, because when we open these envelopes, so I went on and did 6. I was trying to get my daughter to do it. So I want to keep pulling big. And here go all my envelopes right here. I want to keep pulling big while I have, money. I got money laying around the house that I haven't put in the bank. I can grab her one of those from the tree at my Atlanta place. Yeah, you got it, Jada. Yeah, that's what I want. So I'm waiting on I probably need to call them, but I want one of those. Only thing my house don't have a garage. So I was thinking I may have to get something done to my gate. But other than that, That's my new toy. That'll be my early birthday present to myself. But I want that. I've been looking at it all weekend. So that's what I want. That'll be something to get. And then at the end, I think they running like 17 to 20. Here you go. I'm trying to help y'all save, and Polo trying to buy spiders. I'm still saving though. That's not gonna stop me from saving. That's not gonna stop me from saving. That's what I was just gonna say, Cassie. In April, with the 10,000 that I saved, I just pay that bad boy off if I want to. Hold on, y'all. I got. Hold on. Okay. I don't know why she left me a message instead of just waiting till I called her back. So she must didn't get my message. Oh Lord, there she go. You working today? I'm about to get off of here. I got some. I'm waiting on a package. Angela, your hoodie will be. I think I get that package. I don't know why they said Thursday, but I should have been had that package. So I gotta I'm gonna relax and go find me something to munch on because I haven't ate breakfast. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for the discussion on oh, you are working. Okay. Well, don't work too hard. Did you meal prep? So you know what? I gotta work on a design because I think on the back of the transfer, I want to add something to it. So I'm gonna work on that. I worked on a little bit of my Shopify last night, and that's it. And I'll order me a hat press. I know we saving, but I need to get a hat press because my hat press that I my 5-in-1. I don't like how I might wait, but I could get a hat press for like under 150. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and order that. But the one that I got, I transferred my regular flat press. You do too, Jada. I'm about to get ready to jump up off of here. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be on my channel for Around the World with us, me and Miss Auto Correct. And I gotta get prepared for that. So I'm about to jump up off of here. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the conversation. I'm gonna retitle the video, and everybody stay safe, wear your mask, try to, avoid as much people, if you can, and have a good day. We on the bye Sephora, everybody laughing. What I to say? Wear your mask, be safe, and we on our the 4th day of the new year. And don't forget, pull your envelope, get that ready. And if you need information on the 100 days of saving, go to Almond Brown 09 channel on her community board. She explains it, and she also did a video explaining. It's called 100 days of savings. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a good one. Right. Stop having sex with folks without having one. Right. Oh, and that's another one. Stop having sex with folks without knowing their statuses. You want to be worried about their C19 status and they overall health status. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. I'm out. Peace.